hey, we've been up to no good, and I'm going to make sure no one goes to jail for it. And here's the irony. This is something Biden said not long ago.
No one is above the law.
Yeah, unless you're a Biden, in which case you're untouchable. This guy doesn't give a shit. He is spitting in the face of the Americans. And he has the irony. They were saying that Trump was going to do this years ago, which the classic, they accused the opposition of what they're actually doing. What a surprise. And he claimed he wasn't going to do that.
President Trump is reportedly considering a wave of preemptive pardons. Does this concern you? All these preemptive pardons?
Well, it concerns me in terms of what kind of precedent it sets and how the rest of the world looks at us as a nation of laws and justice. You're not going to see in our administration that kind of approach to pardons.
Yeah, you're not going to see that approach to pardons from the Biden administration. They would never. Here's a graph of all of the pardons made by each president. Bearing in mind, some of these guys served for fucking double the time Joe Biden did, and yet the man has smashed it at the bottom here. With the most pardons in history by more than treble everybody else. But they're not going to do that. They would never. These fuckers are out. Oh my God, they're unbelievable. Even politicians look at them and go, we're evil, but fuck me, they are on another level. Now, pardons, if you don't know how they work, obviously in America, you've got people who are wrongfully imprisoned. Maybe there's a miscarriage of justice there. That, you know, maybe they've learned their lesson and you're looking at them thinking that was a harsh sentence, whatever, right? They're an opportunity for the president to make wrongs right and to fix injustices. What they're not supposed to be is a get out of jail free card for everyone in your family. Just so we've got that clear. Although it would be handy to have, wouldn't it? Because then you can just go out and fucking do whatever you want pretty much. And it's so ironic when you look at what they said Donald Trump would do in destroying democracy and the rule of law and pardon his family, pardon his allies. Trump did none of that. Biden was the one who has done that with his allies, including this guy.
To ask for a pardon is because you think you've committed a crime.
Like, I only know of one reason to seek a pardon, because you're worried that you're guilty, that you committed a crime.
Well then, that explains a lot, because this guy has just been preemptively pardoned. Adam Kinzinger looks guilty as fuck by his own words. And he's released a statement as to why he's pardoned his family, etc. Hunter Biden, his kid. He was literally in deep shit. And yet this statement is about, oh, people might come after me, my family, just to get back at me. It's not that they're guilty of anything. It's just that I'm just trying to protect them from a miscarriage of justice. What a load of bollocks. These pardons should not be mistaken as an acknowledgement that they engaged in any wrongdoing, nor should acceptance be misconstrued as an admission of guilt for any offense. He doesn't give a shit. And like, it is almost like, wow. Like, I'm almost impressed by the lack of fucks given by this guy. You can tell he got to that age where, you know, when old men hit a certain age where they don't give a fuck about being polite to anyone anymore. They don't care what anyone thinks. They're just here for themselves. This is Joe Biden's energy. And I don't think dementia helped matters, I've got to be honest. Now, a lot of this stems back to the Hunter Biden laptop story, which was unbelievably covered up. It was done spectacularly well. I've got to give them credit. Basically, Hunter Biden left a laptop at a repair shop, never went to pick it up, the fucking useless idiot, just like his old man. And on that laptop, there was videos of him shagging hookers and from crack, as you do. But the documents and emails that were found on that laptop were far more juicy than any of that. And the allegation from some, not me, of course, I would never, is that Hunter Biden and his dad were running influence peddling operation. That's the fancy word for it. I did Google this, just to be clear on exactly what that means. The use of position or political influence on someone's behalf in exchange for money or favors, which explains a lot immediately, because the Joe Biden lives like a billionaire, and yet he is a politician for his entire life. I mean, how has that happened? Well, apparently it started back in 2008, 2009, I think, when Vice President Joe Biden was head of like foreign policy, and he was, flying all over the world, meeting very powerful people. Now, he would fly there on political business with his brother and his son, and they would do other business. That wasn't anything to do with what the taxpayers were paying him for. And that would allow Hunter Biden, especially because you couldn't have his dad written a name involved in any of this. He was the front guy where basically he would then do business deals with all of these people, and it would allow the Biden family to use their power to gain wealth. And it's funny because in these emails, they don't name Joe Biden ever, as far as I'm aware.